Welcome everyone. Thank you very much for joining to our today's webinar titled Demand and Portfolio Management. My name is Malan Tran and I will be the host of this webinar. Let me walk you through the agenda for today. After a short introduction of our company Endland Software, I'm going to talk about SAFe and portfolio management, and then I'm going to talk about benefits and challenges and how we can manage demand and portfolio management within CoBeamer. Afterwards, I'm going to show you our demand management module and a CoBeamer live demonstration. But before we jump off to our presentation, let me just quickly tell you about the structure of this webinar. After the live demonstration where we show you our demand and portfolio management in CoBeamer, we will start a Q&A session. And also, if you are having any questions at any point of the webinar, please just feel free to use the integrated question area of your GoToMeeting dashboard. And I will do my best to answer them all in the end of the webinar. And if I don't get to your question, I will follow up with you. A recording of today's webinar will be available on our website soon after the webinar. And once you are visiting our webpage, please make sure you browse around through our upcoming webinars. And last week, we talked about Enterprise Architect UML modeling with codeBeamer ALM, so also feel free to check out this recording as well. So moving on, just a few words about us. Endland Software was founded in 1998, and we are headquartered in Stuttgart in Germany. We have partners in Korea and Taiwan and also an office in the Silicon Valley in the USA. We are the developers and the sole vendors of codeBeamer ALM, which is a fully integrated and complete application lifecycle management solution. CoBeamer is an application lifecycle management platform with features including requirements management, software development management, Q&A test management, demand management, and also IT operation, also known as DevOps. And Endland is also providing consultancy and services from Germany. Here you can see a short list of our clients. And as you can see here, we have various clients from diverse industries such as the automotive, high-tech, defense, and finance, from medical, and also from other industries as well. And we also have companies in the ranking of mid-sized and large global enterprises, for example Siemens, Daimler, or Lufthansa Systems, who is also our rollout and hosting partner for installations with starts from 4 to 5 users up to 5,000 users. So right, let's move on to today's main topic, demand and portfolio management. So as you might know, the Scaled Agile Framework, or briefly known as SAFe, which was created by Dean Leffingwell in the year 2012, is in fact a very increasingly popular framework that is successfully and efficiently used by many companies in various industries. So companies often have to face the challenge how to coordinate multiple agile development teams, get them work for a common release objective, and also let them create a bidirectional line working both on business and development. The SAFe framework offers a very good solution for adopting agile methodologies at enterprise scale. And SAFe describes how to interconnect lean business strategy to the agile development execution. The Scaled Agile Framework differentiates between 3 different levels of scale: the team, program, and portfolio level. At the team level, SAFe is not that different from the simple Scrum extended with just a few XP practices. And every team with 5 to 9 members is delivering working and also fully tested software every 2 weeks. The program level aligns the team to form an agile release train, while the portfolio level aligns the agile release train with the strategic goals and also demands of higher management. So basically, what iteration is for a team, the train is for a program. And in the portfolio level, the business activities, strategy, and determination, what epics, initiatives, and demands are also involved. The portfolio level in the Scaled Agile Framework has the highest fiduciary decision-making responsibility in the framework. Portfolio management is a continuous process of capturing new demands, collecting and managing a portfolio of chosen strategic themes and initiatives from various stakeholders and define them as epics in alignment with the program and projects. The portfolio level helps to give instructions and full traceability for directions in the portfolio agile release train to underline agile release trains in the program level by allocating budget also along investment themes and prioritizing epics across departments. So there are business epics for customer-facing initiatives and architectural epics for technology solutions, which are being managed in parallel in so-called Kanban systems. The portfolio Kanban board makes cross-program business initiatives visible, and each column on the board represents a state within the epic workflow. And this includes ranking, for example. You can rank the epics and prioritize them to optimize the portfolio. Also, a backlog of portfolio level epic which needs to be addressed by the portfolio product managers in the upcoming PSI is being created here. In addition to that, changes can be made or managed very transparently so that people are always informed when there are some changes. So what are the challenges of portfolio and demand management? One challenging area is the prioritizing and balancing the portfolio, as also the portfolio directions and strategy might change more frequently. Also, too many projects can run at the same time, and the consequence might be that, for example, organization cannot deliver properly because of a lack of focus. As portfolio is simply just a logical grouping of investment themes, it is also important to differentiate and recognize that portfolios can either contain projects, programs, or other portfolios. And different categories of investment themes needs to be evaluated and managed differently. Another key challenge is the lack of visibility and transparency. Without an organization-wide understanding of the portfolio, it is very hard to ensure that the architects and developers can build the right applications at the right time. It is often difficult to communicate project priorities as well as vertically within the organization. Generally, many organizations struggle to find the right tool and techniques to support and keep their project portfolio, demands, and strategic objectives under control. So portfolio management and demand management is a strategic activity which aims to support decision making in order to achieve the optimum use of resources. It is all about doing the right things. With CoBeamer, we help our customers to achieve a higher level of effectiveness by doing the right things, using our demand and requirements management capabilities. And after demand management has helped determine valuable business opportunities, it is over to the innovation, design, and development life cycles. And these aim to do the things right. Doing the things right means to efficiently produce the products or services in a high-quality program that were deemed valuable by demand management. So you can use different approaches and methodologies for SAFe and CoBeamer, like for example the V model, Lean, Agile, or even Scrum. And we created CoBeamer to manage the ever-increasing complexity in software and hardware development in just one single solution, providing traceability and also transparency as well. So to ensure the coherence at the portfolio level, Dean Leffingwell describes the so-called business epic Kanban system workflow to limit the amount of portfolio level initiatives and make sure that the trains are focused on those initiatives together. And after that, the epics need to be analyzed. In the analysis, you have to measure work and track work through the analysis process with business analysts and system or enterprise architect to just understand what the impact of such an initiative might be. So basically, CoBeamer is the first application lifecycle management tool which natively supports demand management as an integrated module in its project execution platform. It provides a Kanban feature in addition to ranking, voting, and scoring mechanism for decision support. And CoBeamer capabilities and also feature on demand management assist you in identifying, visualizing, and also understand work as well. You can easily vote and rate on each epic before it becomes implemented. Demand management in CoBeamer is essential for tracking demand and also prioritizing requirements across departments. And it provides valuable functionality and feature that supports collaboration and helps forecast demand, meets customer expectations, and also align the teams, which forms the agile release train. So in addition to that, developers on the team level will also benefit from its integrated requirements management, the development management, and Q&A test management features. And after that, you can easily move on to the implementation of the winner and most valuable initiatives in the portfolio backlog. That can also be measured easily through all levels, which are also interconnected through the agile release trains. So this slide shows you how we can interconnect at different levels together and provide scaling to the enterprise level at the same time. In the portfolio level, we do the right things by identifying, selecting, and managing all the epics from the stakeholders. And the most valuable and winner epics shall then be implemented by different teams. So one epic in the portfolio level can be interconnected with an agile release train in the program level, and many teams can work on this together. So for instance, for project 2, an agile release train, we have like 3 teams. This is the blue agile release train. So for example, we have 2 teams working with Scrum or Agile, and then we have team 3 working with Waterfall. And as you might see here, team 3 is working on either on project 2 and also on project 3. And in project 3 we have other 3 teams. Team 1 is working with Agile and Scrum, team 3 and 2 is working with Waterfall. Another thing is that DevOps can also be scaled along with Agile, and SAFe actually supports the scaled implementation of DevOps through its principle of continuous delivery. If you would like to have further information on DevOps, just feel free to watch our recording named DevOps, Managing Development and Operation and Release in a Large Scale on our website. So let us just show you how this all works in practice. But before we move on to the live demonstration, let me just ask you a few simple questions. It will just take you a few minutes. So what development methodology are you currently using? And what tools are you using? What tools are you looking for to manage? Are you looking for to manage like application lifecycle management, just agile development, or for example SAFe? So right, we will now show you in the live demonstration how we implemented and provide the portfolio management in CoBeamer. So therefore we jump into our CoBeamer. As you might see, CoBeamer is a browser-based system, so you can have access to CoBeamer with all standard browsers like Firefox, Internet Explorer, or Chrome. In our application lifecycle management system, we set up like 3 different levels with the according hierarchy. So therefore you can see on the top level we have the portfolio level, in the middle level we have program level, and different levels, different teams on a team level. And also I defined different colors for each team. So I can see, for example, that I have a hybrid team working with a software team on a agile release train. And also I have other 2 green teams working on a different agile release train. And also I have two Scrum teams and also 1 Waterfall team, which is working, for example, in another agile release train. So let me just directly jump into our portfolio level. So as of now, we are in the portfolio level. This is the top level. And then we go to the tracker. So basically, tracker are just folders, and they contain work items such as the epic. So for now, we'll jump into our epics. And as you might see, we have all investment themes and epics collected here on the left-hand side in the tree structure. You can easily add new investment themes just by clicking on that plus. You can add a new epic and define them with some descriptions. So for example, let me just define a new epic and call it prototype new media player. So this is the way how stakeholders can easily put in their epic or their idea. So basically, you can also do all basics on demand management in CoBeamer. And demand management in CoBeamer is essential for tracking demands and also prioritizing requirements across departments. In addition to that, your stakeholder can add like properties and also attributes. So I will jump into the most valuable epic, prototype of an electricity car. And on the right hand side you can see, for example, that you can add a benefit statement like the car industry is moving fast and we have to provide a prototype in order to keep the market position. You can also add background information, give it a ranking, add an owner, put in an end date, define an end date, and also, for example, define the technology risk, quality risk, cost risk, schedule risk, and also maybe define a risk index. In addition to that, you can directly, so once you want to go with this epic, and this epic is being approved by the business analyst for implementation, you can also assign this epic to a specific release. So for example, as you might see here, the prototype epic has been assigned to a release. And also the epic has story points, so 1,301 story points. And also directly here, while collecting all the epics, you can also have different epic types. So for example, the prototype of an electricity car is a business epic, and I will jump into my newly created epic prototype new media player and maybe define as architectural epic. So you can easily save it up, and this is the way how you define your epic type. So also with CoBeamer we provide rating system also. So you can easily comment a feature which is basically similar to the Amazon feature. So the portfolio manager and also business analyst can simply rate and vote on every initiative and also comment on those. So for example, I can directly jump into my prototype of an electricity car epic, click onto the symbol and add a new rating. So they can give like 3 or 4 or 5 stars, also add a comment, rate this, and you can see that the rating has been saved. Another thing is that the business analyst can easily rearrange the order of the epic. So as of now we have 4 epics on top, so these are the most valuable epics, and as you might see here we have another epic, and you can easily rearrange the order and change the prio. As you might see also CoBeamer has CoBeamer has a very powerful workflow engine where you can define different statuses. So as of now you can see the different colors in front of each epic, which defines the current status for each epic. So let me just show you the workflow for the epics. So basically once you are having an idea, the idea is being collected in the funnel, and then the business analyst can either review and they can review it and analyze the epics and either clarify and reject the epic, or once the rating and voting has been finished and they decide to go on with the epics, you can change the status from analysis to backlog and then accept the epic for further implementation. And once you finish the implementation, you can simply change the status to completed as well. So for now, I will just directly jump back to our epics. In addition to that, our powerful workflow engine is fully customizable, which means that you can just configure and also customize all the status, inclusive transition, according to your needs and processes as well. So for now, let's assume that that we have enough votings. So for example, the prototype of a new media player, I will just simply vote on this and assume that the business analyst would go further with this epic. And let me just rate on this epic. And you might see here that the epic has the comment and the rating has been given now. I can also go into the detail, and for example, the rating also is being saved in the detailed view for each item. So you can see here that I just put in a comment and also a rating with 5 stars for this epic. Another thing is you can directly change the status. So let's assume we want to go on with this epic. You can directly go here. We want to review it, for example, and maybe let's say we want to analyze it. And now as we analyze the epic, we can, for example, go to our portfolio agile release statistic. So So basically, as of now, we are in the Agile release train for portfolio level. And the portfolio Agile release train contains portfolio backlog, so you can see it down here. And it collects and also prioritizes epics which already been approved for your implementation. So let me just expand this view. So you can see like we have two other epics, extend US sales team with 10 person, and another epic, develop low power semiconductor for electricity car with the status backlog. So as soon as there is sufficient capacity from the Agile release train, the next highest priority initiative is being pulled from the portfolio backlog and moved into, for example, implementation state. The business analyst can start ranking and prioritizing in the release and also in the release planner. So for example, he can directly jump here to our release planner. And let's say, for example, he has a so as of now, as you can see here, we are in the portfolio Agile release train backlog. And the business analyst can go here and really rearrange the order for each epic. So for example, let's say this is the epic with the most valuable one. I can just rearrange the order, set an assignee, and also put in a story point. So let's say it has 2000, and the assignee should be me. And also, if you want to go on with another epic, you can simply just drag and drop the epic to a specific Agile release train to just go on with the epic. So let's take this epic from the backlog and drag and drop it into a specific Agile release train. So this is the way how your business analyst can start ranking and prioritizing in the release. Let me go back to epics. I will show you our integrated Kanban board. So after ranking, we can simply start the implementing of the demand. Also, you can keep the management of your demand simple and limit your work in progress within the integrated board. So you can easily use the Kanban board to initiate visualization and also the management. And also in CoBeamer, your manager can now plan the execution and simply do a status change or rearrange every initiative via drag and drop. So therefore, for example, he can put in a new, after rating and voting, he can just take an epic and, for example, change the status. So let's say open a North American R&D center to research new ideas is being clarified. And then, for example, it has been rejected. So you can easily, in this overview, manage the execution via drag and drop. The next thing I want to show you is how we can interconnect the different levels together. So as of now, we are in the portfolio level. Let me just directly jump into the prototype of the electricity car epic. From here, you can directly derive a program epic in the middle level, the so-called program level. So this is the way, for example, how you can interconnect the different programs together. Program epic for electric city car. And then you can add a new description. So as of now, you can see that we are in the program level right now. And also from here, you can directly derive tasks for your team. So you can derive releases, for example, for your Scrum Team 1. And let's assume you can also derive tasks and releases for your Waterfall Team 1 as well. But for now, I prepared a relationship already. So for example, you can see that I have now two program epics relating to this epic. So this is a program epic and another one. So let's go here, and you can see that I've set up different team level releases which are being interconnected to my team level here. So for example, I have a team who is responsible for software development, another team is working for a car seat, another team for a car engine and the car systems. Also in the reference you can see the status also for each release which is coming from the team level. So as of now, I will jump into the Agile release train in the portfolio level. You might see that we have the Agile release train for the electricity car here. And once I expand sprints, you can see, for example, as I mentioned before, that we have a release which is coming from Scrum Team 1, and they are working with on the electricity car system. Also, you can see the status, like the Scrum Team 1 hasn't released this particular electricity car system yet. Another one is, for example, I can see that Scrum Team 2 has already finished the electricity car engine. And in addition to that, as I mentioned before, you can also do DevOps and include change requests directly here. So basically in this release tracker, the Agile release train, you can see many Agile release trains which aligns different releases from the team level. And in addition to that, you can have release train information, like for example due date, and also you can see the sprints and also the commits. And the teams are working together, and the current development process from the team level for the Agile release train is shown here. Also another thing is we have the button called Show Our Progress. Once I click into the button, you can see the cumulated information in the electricity car Agile release train. So for example, I can see the accumulated data which is coming from the team, and this is being accumulated for my Agile release train. So let's say I can see we have 2 sprints, like electricity car 1 and electricity car 2. None of them are finished yet or being closed, and then I have 170 story points committed. None of them are being finished. 59 items are in the Agile release train, and I can see that 4 items has been finished so far. So you can see also on the green marked line which items has been finished. Also, as you might see here, we have the Agile release backlog here. These contains releases which shall be implemented from the team level, and they are basically stored here. And also you can directly jump from this view directly to your team level. So let's say we are going to check out the software development team. And as of now, as you can see here, this is the development team on the team level, called EC Software Development for my electricity car. So as I mentioned before, the teams can work with different methodologies like Agile, Waterfall or Hybrid. And you can also define different members which represents one team, for example, and one team is working on this level. We also provide support code quality, which is a core value and safe. And this can be reached with CoBeamer, since CoBeamer also supports development processes on the source code level. In addition to that, you can have different repositories. So for this webinar, I prepared a Git repository, but you can also use Subversion, Mercurial, or CVS repository. In addition to that, CoBeamer also supports test management for the architecture, and also we provide Jenkins integration for automated testing. In addition to that, CoBeamer also provides a very strong testability feature which correlates the number of the items and also its dependency. So therefore we'll jump into the traceability browser, and the traceability browser is very essential, and it is essentially a table which correlates any number of sets and any trackers or tracker types in a desired order and visualizes the dependencies. It might be associations or and relations between the items corresponding the neighboring selected trackers or selected tracks. So therefore, I will show you how the traceability browser looks like. So for example, I want to show the dependency or the associations from, let's say, user story to change requests. And now codeBeamer comes with the so-called suggested trackers to show the dependency of the next tracker. So you can easily click onto the next tracker to show the dependency of. So I will click onto change request, and here you can see that we have a user story, like for example, as user, I want to be able to upgrade the parking system, and this has one related change request called provide upgrade software. And now I want really to go further, so let's say I want to see the bugs. And you can see that this change request has different bugs, which also has relation to the change request. And I can really go down and show the dependency to the source code level. So let me zoom out a little bit. So this is the way how to show multiple levels of dependency within codeBeamer. And also you can easily export this table to, for example, Excel or Word. So let's export it to Excel. And let's see how it looks like in Excel. So now I'll open up the file. You can see that we have user stories and work items relating with change requests, and also you can see the status and also the type of dependency directly in Excel as well. Also within codeBeamer, let me zoom in again a little bit. Within codeBeamer, we also provide the possibility to version every change at any point of time to provide, for example, the audit trace. So you can simply put in a baseline. So basically, a baseline is a snapshot version of your current state. So all the configuration, the process, and the information and data is being captured within your baseline. So you can pretty much version every item and issue which has been changed. So therefore, for this webinar, I prepared, we have a baseline 1 and also another baseline 2. And you can see that this baseline 2 is the actual one from today. And I want to select node baseline, baseline 1, and select the new created baseline. And now let's compare selected baseline and see what happens. So as you can see here, we are in these so-called statistics. Statistics just shows which items are in the trackers, where changes has been made. So I can see, for example, I have one tracker or work items which has been added to this project, and also I can see one document has been added as well. And also there are some changes in the project. And then I can directly jump here, and let's say I want to show the diff from baseline 1 to baseline 2. And as you can see here, you can see the old value and also the new value. So you can pretty much show all the changes that has been made from one baseline to another one. Another thing is that you can really go down. So for example, let's choose baseline 1. You can browse around in the old version. So like, for example, I can see that I am now viewing baseline version 1. And I can browse around through the project with that in that current state. So pretty much this was the live demonstration. Thank you very much for your attention today. We would like to invite you to our next webinar titled Risk Management in Automotive Development on 10th of June 2015. And also I would like to invite you to our CoBeamer workshops in Stuttgart on 12th of June, also in Frankfurt on the 2nd of July in 2015. And also we have another workshop in Munich on the 16th July of 2015. So thank you very much for joining to our today's webinar. We will see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye.